Tristan on the track.
Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Bilo. Welcome to episode 2 of the podcast. I'm here today with two very awesome guests. I'm here with Mancha and Adam of the Uberocity channel. And today we're just gonna, no specific topic for today because I haven't really had anything in mind because of this whole quarantine shit. So we're just pretty much gonna sit here and chill. So yeah, how you guys doing? How's quarantine treating you?
I mean, I'm working from home, which is nice, and also it's worse for me because I'm doing less work.
Mm-hmm.
But I like sleeping in.
Yeah.
I appreciate that very little amount.
Mm-hmm.
I am also working from home. Unlike Mancha, though, I definitely do less work. I get paid by the hour. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, this whole coronavirus thing is something it's really hard to ignore nowadays because it's pretty much a whole pandemic, and I urge everyone hearing this podcast is staying safe and washing hands and all that stuff. But we'll get through this and all that. But yeah, in the meantime, I know it can get pretty boring, but I'd say find something to occupy yourself. So in my time, well, I know it sucks it had a lot of people had plans I guess for spring break, for example, just passed for me. And I bet people had a lot of plans during this year's spring break or whatever, along with other events that might have happened. For example, I was going to, actually, I think it was around when I was recording the first podcast with Stove and Titanium. I was supposed to see a Gabriel Iglesias show on I think that same day I recorded it, but lo and behold, it had to be delayed. It wasn't canceled, thankfully. It was pushed to October, but yeah, I can see I can see how these sort of events delaying or canceling is pretty disappointing to people. And yeah, pretty much it's yeah, it's hard and it's boring when you're pretty much staying at home mostly, but hopefully this will blow over by, I hope, within the next month or whatever, and it all clears up and we can all go back to our normal lives because yeah, it's pretty much that's all been happening since the last time you've pretty much heard from this podcast, really.
Yeah, I hope everybody's staying safe as well. Social distancing, it might be a meme at this point because you've heard it so many times, that the term unprecedented times, but it really is, and it's very important that everybody respects everybody else's space and is able to go ahead and nip this in the bud, because it's already a pandemic in America, like you said, Bilo, but it could have been a lot worse than it is right now. I don't think that we're giving enough credit to ourselves for staying home and really being able to go ahead and stop this. I think there have been, I think there's been 29,000 deaths already. Thoughts and prayers go out to those families affected as well. It's definitely an awful thing to go ahead and experience. I can't even fathom what it's like to go ahead and lose a family member or someone dear to me in that capacity. We've done a good job of staying isolated as much as possible, and really coming together as a group of people to go ahead and fight this thing. So yeah, that's wonderful. I actually had a quick question for you, Bilo.
What's up?
I know we live in the same state, but was that a Gabriel Iglesias show you were going to go to in a little down south from where you're located? Did you have to travel at all, or?
It was in, I'm pretty sure it was in Chicago, but I think the place is somewhere else. But
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I didn't want to give out like actual information
Mm-hmm.
about anything, so that's why I was being intentionally vague there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I was actually thinking of bringing my girlfriend to a Gabriel Iglesias
Oh, that's
concert
sweet.
show,
Yeah.
concert. I don't know. Maybe he has pipes.
Mm.
Maybe he's a good singer. He
Mm.
could be. Does the voices though? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. That would be funny if we like accidentally got to like meet up or something.
Yeah, like Gabriel Iglesias is like my favorite like comedian. So, um, and I was gonna go with like my mom. And while we're still seeing him, like, and it's like a long way from like now. It's now delayed to October. Like Jesus. Um, but yeah, eventually we're still gonna get to see him. But like what's weird to me is like when it comes to like certain events, like when you think of like the year 2020, that's like a pretty monumental number for like a year. Like so when you hear like these certain events being canceled, like E3 or something like that being canceled on this specific year, it's like I feel like that's like a really like some sort of like that's the sort of number that's really like weird to like miss out on. Like it's like a once in a lifetime like thing.
Yeah. I'm really worried because the governor of my state's like, hey, we're gonna try opening up at the beginning of May, and I
What?
don't think that's a good idea.
Hmm.
Not like completely, like So I work in a school. I
Uh-huh.
don't think they should be opening the schools back up at all for the rest of the year. This isn't. I prefer working at school because I actually can do my job well. I'm not doing my job super well because I can't. So I don't like working at home. It's not like a laziness thing. Like I would much prefer to be back. I don't think that they should open schools up again.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, as
Mhm.
much as it sucks,
Yeah.
especially like I have a sister who's graduating this year. It really sucks for her. And all my friends who are graduating, but I'm really worried about them opening back up because everyone in my state's losing their collective marbles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you live in a rural state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, education is like like I don't know if it's the same for like high school, but I for college, at least for me, it's like college is like changed to like remote classes and all that. We're switching to online, and like to me, it's like really difficult because it is like a whole new thing that I haven't like tried before, um, and it's a little stressful. I'm not gonna lie, because it's hard to like really keep track of like what the hell I'm supposed to what like I have that sort like when it comes to education I have that sort of fear of like you know like the paranoia of like do I have everything like do I have everything under control, do I have like all my stuff like handed in like um and and am I like it's like pretty much like hard for me at least to keep track of like everything. um it's and I think I have like about like one more year when it comes to like college, but um currently like this current semester when this thing hit at like out of nowhere, it's like really it's like it was just like pretty like a really out of nowhere like change, and it usually takes me a while to like get settled into like a new like thing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm pretty settled for now, but it was weird.
Hmm.
It's weird being at home all the.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have to reacclimate to quote
Hmm.
unquote normal life
Hmm.
after all this.
The secret is that I'm gonna be in the house just as much.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
um and another thing is like I feel like an isolated kind of guy. Like I'm sort of like an indoor person as it is. So pretty much I feel like now that I'm indoors like more, it kind of like it tends to like it kind of tends to like just, I don't mean to make this like a whole like deep kind of episode, but it's kind of like since I'm at home like more than it already is. I feel like it's like kind of like uh, it kind of worries me about like how my like stress and anxiety will be. Um, like luckily and hopefully this is like a temporary thing, and we can all go back to how it used to be. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like I'm a pretty anxious person, and I get paranoid on like the littlest things. So um, yeah, I'm like I don't worry about it like too much, but because like hopefully this will like blow over soon.
No, I agree with that 100%, man. I I mean, like every other day, I'm out of the house seeing my girlfriend
Hmm.
and everything, and it's been a lot to adjust to stay inside all day for work and then spend the rest of the day inside as well. I'm sitting in the same spot for like 8 hours when I'm doing my work, and I'm working remotely and everything. And on Friday, I found myself actually feeling like I'm going crazy.
Hmm.
And the reason I knew that I was going crazy is I started listening to that ASDF movie Muffin song on repeat, and I was kind of enjoying it. And I was like, "Fuck, I'm gone crazy."
I've similarly gone crazy where I've been listening to some select songs from the Cat soundtrack,
Oh my
What the?
and I
god.
have I have a Cat's rap battle planned.
Oh my
So
No,
god.
all right. I was not approached about this. Uberocity's canceled. I'm sorry.
it's for that. It's for the thing I talked
Canceled.
about.
Canceled.
Is this an actual thing?
I'm not. I am not joking.
Oh
It's
my
for
god.
a side project.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Yeah, get hyped, boys and
God,
girls and cats.
God, that movie was so awful. I, my friends dragged me to see it. I'm like, this is gonna be shit, you know. I'm like, I know. That's why I want you to see it because you'll go crazy.
That's what me and my friend did. It was
Yeah,
great.
I told you about this like in the private Uberosity server, but like, when on we went to see this. I think day two when it premiered because day one was this movie premiered the same day of that Star Wars like premiered as well. So it's obvious which people are going to see first. So, uh, so yeah, we saw like Cats on day two of when it opened. Obviously, Star Wars was still fresh, like on that weekend. So the theater wasn't really that packed. So there was like, I believe it was like me and my friends and like I'd say like I'd say it's like a total of like about 10 other people in the theater, and we were all just like saying to each other like this is gonna suck. It's like, um, but we didn't think it would be like that, like that sort of like it's like a really mind blowing level of bad where you just have to see it to believe it. Um, and I'd say like I don't know when it was like I may have been like a little bit before or after halfway through the movie. Um, like I said, the theater was empty, and our row specifically, it was just us and no one else. So, and the armrests were like, you can put them up and down. So I pretty much put the armrest on my side, like up, and I laid down on the row of seats, and I like pretty much like laid down because I was like cringing at like the whole movie so hard. I was like, when is this gonna be over? Like, oh my god, it was like really bad.
It's like some of the songs I really like. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. Like I really liked a couple of the songs in the second half, and there were a couple songs that I wanted to like, but they were ruined by some part. Like I really wanted to like the song. I don't remember main actor's name, but like the guy who sings the first half of the song is really good, and then Rebel Wilson's character comes in and ruins it.
Uh,
It's the one with the cockroaches, right?
oh yeah, that's
She's awful. She ruins it.
uh, and I saw the movie. I don't know if have you guys saw it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know about like, Rebel Wilson going spread eagle in that portion of her screen
She
time.
completely ruined.
Oh, it's
just
disgusting.
everything.
Yeah, it's nasty. Uh,
And
but
cats. And I'm gonna keep it that way.
um, yeah, that movie was just like I consider it to be like the worst of like that year specifically. Um, uh, worst of like obviously not like worst like overall. Like there's like much worse, but um, yeah, that was pretty much like I kind of hated I hated my friends for like dragging me out like there and like torturing me for like watching through that movie.
It should have just stayed a musical.
Yeah.
The issue is that Tom Hooper's bad at musicals.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he work on like a Les Miserables? If I'm
Yep.
correct. Okay.
Yeah, he made Les Miserables. I was watching a video about it. He made Les Miserables. I can't fucking say it.
Les
He
Mis.
made that French movie, and it won a bunch of Oscars, and so he did Cats because he wanted to win more.
Mm-hmm. Like I feel like certain musicals I feel like you can do, but there's like certain musicals where it's like hard to like form a movie out of like I don't know musicals, but like the only one I can really think of is which is like really popular like nowadays is like Hamilton. I feel like that could work. And the music is like uh really good from what I've heard. Um, so I feel like that's like the only example I can think of to make a good actual like musical like to make a theatrical movie around it.
I mean, the issue with Cats is that Cats doesn't have a story, and they try to give it one.
Uh huh.
It's good as a musical because it doesn't need a story. It's supposed to just be a bunch of songs.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched. So YouTube just had free Phantom of the Opera
Oh
as
yeah.
a stage production that they did, which was good. Like that one is. I know they've done movies about it, but that's one that like totally works because it's got a story.
Uh huh.
Really, that's all you need.
Hmm. Um. So, like, uh, like yeah, it's like I'm trying to like transition because I don't know where to go with this. Um. So, hold on, Adam Sapin. Okay, sorry about that, fella guys. It's like technical difficulties, like of like Discord. But yeah, I want to get back to like how we're like occupying ourselves of like during like this whole quarantine stuff, like, and obviously I feel like all of us really have been working on like content for like our like YouTube stuff, like me on my end, I've been working on, you know, my this like new rap battle series I'm producing. Like I'm getting like I'm uploading like pretty much on like a pretty good like schedule. I've been releasing a battle like every 2 weeks.
Dude, you're uploading like crazy.
Yeah, like what I did was like I for like this first half like which is like 8 battles in total. Like I wrote all the battles and I found like all the beats. Recorded like flow test demo recordings and all that. And I sent them out to all like the people like in the community, like VAs outside the community. And I've pretty much like sent them all out, and I released these battles like pretty much when they're all completely finished. So that's why when like people didn't approach me like for this really, but they like that's why it really took so long when certain people finish like recording it. It's already like now releasing. I don't know if I'm making sense when I'm like wearing this out, but
I get what you're saying.
yeah, but but yeah, I feel like I feel like this is like a way for me to give content to like to the people while not and like instead of just like having releasing about like pretty much once a year. And on like side projects other than rap battles, I've been working on like I'm trying to like at least I'm trying my best on like working on other music. Recently actually, today as of like recording this podcast, so I just released the Final Fantasy VII song, which I'm really proud of.
Dude, it was really good.
Yeah, thank you. It took really fast to make too, because I just finished it like I think it was like 2 days ago, and it took me like 3 days to finish that game. It's a pretty good game. I definitely recommend if you're like interested in playing it. But yeah, it was like really good, uh, and that it got me back into making like more video game songs, um and I'm trying to work on get back into working on like classic mode, which is like the you know like album I'm working on, based around like songs on the original 12 characters from the first Smash Bros game and their like video game franchises. And but yeah, well, I want to get back into it at some point, but it's just like I've been occupied recently, and mainly because of like this like new rap battle series that I'm working on currently. Same goes for Dragon Ball rap battles. I haven't worked on that in a while. I might release a bonus battle to keep people occupied, and I might do like the same technique I did for like this current rap battle series on my channel. So that channel can also be on like a regular schedule.
That would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the rest of
Dragon
like
Ball rap battles. I recently refound my love for the Dragon Ball Z series. So anything Dragon Ball related, I'm all over it. So you definitely kind of scratched that itch for me. And hey, I actually had a question for you, Bilo. I wanted to maybe see if we could get maybe a look into your writing process, because like you said, you finished that Final Fantasy VII song extremely quickly. You said 3 days. That's really quick for
Mm-hmm.
somebody who's working on a lot of different projects at once and balancing everything kind of on the scale there. So what's your plan of attack? I'm actually really interested in figuring that out, and I think that'd be great to maybe lay some wisdom down on the viewers as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Um, well, nowadays it's like when it comes to like writing, whether it be rap battles or whatever, um, I kind of want to do like nowadays. No offense to like any creator like rap battle creators or whatever, but I feel like writing nowadays, for the most part, I can't really get into because it kind of all sounds like the same. You know what I mean? Like it like has that sort of like it like every line has to have like some sort of like deep kind of like context behind it. Like it has like layers of it. So when I first watch it, I won't get the joke, and I had to you know rewatch it a couple of times just to get it. Um, so for me, I try for my rap battle series, I try to be as independent as possible, so I stand out more uniquely compared to like other creators, because I feel like that's what I feel like, how certain people can stand out as like their own I'm not saying like you shouldn't get help from others. No, like if you need help, then you can gladly ask for it. But um, I'd say if you're working on like 25% of your own thing, and you release it as that, then I don't feel that the final project that doesn't really, I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't.
It doesn't reflect you as a creator. It
Yeah,
reflects
suddenly,
what
yeah.
everybody else is saying. I've said this a lot. It's a lot of putting your own voice and putting your own spin on things. So I think you hit the nail on the head with that one right there, 100%.
Hmm.
Yeah, agreed. Like it takes me forever to write stuff, but that's because I like, I want the main perspective of the stuff I write to be from me and Adam.
Hmm. So yeah, I try to be as independent as possible, and I know people can get really critical on how you should write your stuff, but honestly, if it's legit criticism, then I can like accept it. But when it's like something like I don't like people telling me I should write this a certain way, on like how a certain person like writes, because that's not me. I want to do things like I want to be satisfied with the final project as much as I want. And lately, like with this current rap battle series, for example, I've been really satisfied with how all the battles like have been like put out, and I like appreciate the final project for every single one of them lately. Way more than I have been for like the final projects of like Gaming All Star Rap Battles. And even with these like upcoming ones for like the second half of like Volume One, I'm like really loving on how like these like are turning out. And I have like these I have all these like so many ideas that I want to do for this series, that I hope to like get them all out, and like get them all like you know push them all out as like and be as satisfied as it was with these first six battles that I've already been that I've already like gave out to you guys. So like yeah, like lately, obviously I don't want to work myself too much, obviously, because it, burnout can happen like no matter what. It can just hit you out of nowhere. But so far for me, yeah, I've just been satisfied with like these recent like projects and all that. Um, and I hope that it kind of stays that way for like upcoming years.
I think that you were able to really improve your stuff, especially once you kind of like release yourself from the format that you were currently in.
Hmm.
Like, not saying that the format itself was bad, but more so since you've given yourself a bit more of a creative control over it, you've definitely come a bit more into your own with stuff, which is something I think is like that's a pretty common thing I see just in general. Like, the more you limit yourself, the less you're happy you're going to be with your work, slash the less kind of effective it's going to be. I don't know. I've really liked a good handful of the stuff you've put out so far.
Thank you. Um, like yeah, it's like been like for example, when I worked on um which one, like for the first half of like Volume One so far, like for example, when I wrote like Freddy Krueger versus Scarecrow, I was like I knew both characters, and I was pretty much like able to like write out like pretty much the whole battle on my own. And um and I played Freddy Krueger before, albeit not as good, but I wanted to redeem like Freddy. So I looked up how Robert England like does his voice, and um I tried to match his like how he enunciates his certain like words. And Robert England also played like Scarecrow in Injustice 2. So yeah, I just decided I don't know, why don't I play both characters? So and I tried to make them as distinct as possible, and I made the voices stand out, so they don't just sound like me. Um, and I'm doing a lot more research when it comes to like this series, because like I am like I don't kid when I say this, but I had to like write down as much uh stuff about Logan Paul for Logan Paul versus Screwball. And on the Wikipedia page, there's just like one section just talking about his controversies. I'm like, well, this is gonna be easy to make fun of. Um, and even after the battle was done, he still was causing shit. I'm like, god damn. So yeah, I've
Are you saying
been.
there's a sequel?
No. I mean, I don't know. Like, if people want it, then maybe.
How much
Dude.
stuff did you have to watch?
Um, I don't think I think I watched. I think there are Logan Paul cringe compilations. So, so yeah, that was kind of a help. So, uh, like there's certain stuff I knew of, like the fight with like KSI, the whole Suicide Force, like the controversy, and yeah, like when it came, and like there's like a section of like his acting career, and um, that's where I found out about his like one episode appearance in Law and Order where he pretty much like gets shot. Um, so like yeah, I've been doing like a lot more like in depth like stuff compared to like gaming all star rap battles and all that. Because I genuinely want to make these like as like I care about like what I want to do and all that. Pretty much, it's like I want to make it seem like I knew stuff about these characters. Like, I'll granted I didn't expect for me to know a lot about Logan Paul because I didn't want to but I put in like the effort and all that, and that's why and that's why I just wanted to like make these as like as much as like accurate as possible, and and in the end I was like satisfied, and yeah, I'm still satisfied, honestly. I even look back to like these battles I put out, and I never really done that in the past because when I look back at like gaming all star rap battles, for the most part it's like really shit, really. I think the only one I can really tolerate is Grid Ninja vs. SBO, which is I feel like is my favorite when I was doing gaming all star rap battles, because goddamn that was like yeah, it's like
That
really
one's really good.
yeah, I really love it. Um, but yeah, like yeah, I'm like really satisfied for like the series so far, and I hope to get I hope these like future battles and all like are as of like the same quality or maybe even better.
I know, because it sounds like this is something you're doing a lot more now, which is something I've been trying to do. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that like I don't think you should write a battle with unless you've experienced the content that you're writing about.
Uh
Because I know that especially like in my old stuff, like we'd see a match and be like, cool, let's write it, and then look at Wikipedia pages and use the
huh.
Wikipedia pages to write it, which isn't like it's not bad to use that, but I think that
Like you should
you
have
can't
more
do it
like more than
justice
just
until
that.
you like either play or watch someone play the game or watch the movie or read the book or whatever, because I very rarely do that now. I did it once in recent memory because I swear you weren't gonna catch me watching 50 Shades of Grey, but but everything else I'm trying to consume the media that I use.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah, like I don't know if like there are certain battles where I feel like I can kind of tell where the creator doesn't really care about like the characters they're using. I don't want to give out names because I don't want to cause like shit, but like when I can't feel anything from like the battle, then I feel like um like if I don't feel anything out of the battle overall, then I feel like the creator doesn't really care about like the characters. He just wants to make a certain like he wants to just grow his like audience in a way.
I think like the main thing is that like if you watch like epic rap battles, most of the time they do a really good job of presenting a character and then presenting a take on it, whether it's um a good take or a bad take is, you know, not a question, because like I don't like the Mario Brothers battle, but they have a
Mm-hmm.
really good take on the Mario Brothers for what they want to do. Like I'll give them that. I think if you write a battle and you can't make your characters feel some semblance of like fleshed out, then you're missing one of the key parts of writing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you real and I know that like it's something that we collectively people have been getting better for, but there's you have to write differently for different types of characters. You can't use the same base formula for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Like there's like certain like content, like certain like rap battle series that I can't tell that people are putting effort into. Like your series, for example, I can tell you put as much time and effort into, you know, editing and writing for the characters and all that. Like this recent one, like Skinner versus Krupp, like I can tell like you put like a lot of work into that, and it like I'd say like from what I can recall, like the span of like the whole battle, like the process of that whole battle like took like a really long time. Um, but with the final project, I can tell you like put like as much like effort into it as possible, because honestly, it's uh like the video kind of made it like 10 times better in my opinion. Um, and I like the battle like audio wise too. Like it was good as it is, but the audio like or video really like enhanced that. And same goes for other series like Adam series on the channel. Like I know he's a Pokemon fan and a Smash fan, so I already know he cares about like the characters he's using for epic Pokemon rap battles and Smash reps on, you know, his side. So um and I can't really name other series off the top of my head because it's really rare nowadays. Um but one example I could think of is Hyper Jacob 96 when he made Trunks versus Lucina, because I know he's a Dragon Ball fan and he's a really big Fire Emblem fan. I pretty much like one of the only ones in this community really. And like I consider that as one of like it took me his like that one battle is like one like it's one of the rarest times where I actually felt enjoyment in like a battle in a long time, because he actually I can tell he puts like a lot of passion into what he's putting in. So I want to see like more of that. So like I want people when they're making battles like I want them to, you know, I want them to like, you know, just be satisfied in what you do um like if you're satisfied with the final project and don't care like about what other people may think, you may ask for like some criticisms, but if you're not exactly satisfied with it, then work on it. And if you're satisfied with it overall, and this is gonna be like a given thing, like not everyone is gonna like enjoy it. There's gonna be like at least one person who's just trying to be a hater or whatever. But I'd say, you know, if you're satisfied with it and not, you can take whatever stuff is being thrown at you, then I'd say just, you know, just go for it. Like, you know, like just do what you want to do, and stand out as like your own as much as possible. Like,
Jake
yeah.
Jacob takes more time on his stuff than most of mine I know usually, so you can tell that he puts a lot of work into it, because
Mm-hmm.
man, his videos have consistently been fresh.
Yeah, his editing like for his videos like got like like for Trunks versus Lucina, like goddamn, that was like that still like holds up today.
Even back like with the Voltorb versus Bob
Oh, that's
one,
still good
that
too.
one
Yeah.
was like holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um. But yeah, I just want like people to be like more of like that, like be stand out as like their own thing as much as possible. Um. Um, and of course he has like epic rap battles of Pokemon, which is more of like a it's kind of more than him, but it's mostly him nowadays. Now that um, VGRB and Justin are no longer like a part of that team anymore. Um, but I've been helping out with him on that series. Um, but and I won't give like this one away, but I helped him finish like this upcoming one that's coming up. So I'm really excited for that. I still need to get in that series because I have not been in that series yet, and I'm a big Pokemon fan. That is baffling to me on how I haven't fucking gotten to that series yet. Like, God, you think I would like be in like that series being like one of the biggest like Pokemon fans in like this community and all?
I think it's like the most popular fandom in this community, from what I can tell.
Currently, yeah.
I
Um,
think it always has been,
mhm.
because like more often than not, people liked it, and there were like there's been like 700 Pokemon rap battle series as times progressed. So
Mhm. Um, uh, but yeah, overall, like I just want people like I want people to be satisfied with the final product and don't let. Um, so what else can I talk about? Uh,
Mancha, let us know what's coming up for Uberocity in the coming month.
oh yeah, like is there anything you want to like reveal or anything here aside from like the whole cats thing?
yeah, I mean that's part of a bigger like side project that's going to be happening. So that was not going to be the first. That's a while out, but I know like my focus right now is on the Bakugo versus Megumin video,
Oh yeah.
because I want to actually get that out in a reasonable time. The videos just take a long time because it's not like it takes super long. Like it usually is about a month of work. Like I could in theory get one out every month. It's just very draining.
Mm-hmm.
So I take like, you know, 5-month breaks, which is not necessarily great.
Uh-huh.
um because it's just, a lot of work when I'm drawing and then throwing stuff in Premiere or After Effects every night. I know the next Pokemon rap battle Adam wrote is absolutely just the best thing that's gonna be in that series for sure. I'm super excited for people to see that.
I think he told me about it.
I
He showed me a couple lines. I think
had
not too
functionally
long ago.
nothing to do with it aside from just reading and vetting some lines, but man, it's good. I'm super excited.
It was
Half recorded, I think.
If it's the one he showed me a while, like not too long ago, then I'm really excited for it. He showed me a couple lines.
Oh yeah, dude, it's Mewtwo versus Lucario.
Oh, so you can't say okay.
Yeah, no, I revealed it months back.
Okay,
I'm doing the matchup.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, you showed me a couple lines for it, and yeah, I'm really excited for that. Is there anything Smash Raps wise that you have planned? Like,
yeah, we're working on Wolf versus Ridley right now. Actually, that
yeah,
one has it's going to be in production for a while. I admittedly need to do some more research, as we were mentioning earlier, kind of things that help a battle progress there. So I need to buff up on Metroid and both Star Fox. I would, if I had to give it a percentage, I'd say it's about half written with a beat found. So that's nice.
sweet.
I'm in the process of making sure everything sounds good and whatnot. After that, we did decide that so Wolf versus Ridley is Smash Rap number 5. Number 6 is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog versus Captain Falcon.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one is it's going to be fun, and hopefully we're able to go ahead and do that justice as well. I had All Might versus Captain Falcon fully written. It was having trouble getting recorded, and I didn't like the lines, so eventually the project just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Sad, but I said this in the crew chat for Smash Raps, and Captain Falcon versus All Might died, so Captain Falcon versus Sonic could live. So I'm excited for Captain Falcon versus Sonic. I feel like there's maybe a little bit more intrigue there as well. Sonic movie just came out, which
Ah, yeah.
um, is cool too. Always kind of a good buffer there in terms of content and audience. So that's nice. And after that, ugh, I have a couple ideas I'm throwing around for Smash Raps, and I'm fine with being more transparent with this series as well because I mean there's only what 70 or so characters that are on the table there. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean eventually it's process of elimination at that point. Villain Royale thrown around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Emblem Royale thrown around a lot. Clone slash Echo Royale as well. One of those Royales. I, I'm sure, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of Royales,
Mm-hmm.
but if I can do them right and give it the attention it deserves, then shit, I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's that, and Snake versus Samus is one I was looking at as well. There's also Samus versus Mega Man. That's a good one. There's also Mega Man versus Ryu, a little
Mm-hmm.
Capcom fight, and then there's Ryu versus Terry, and there's just so many
Yeah.
matchups for each single fighter. It's impossible to square down to what would be quote unquote the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if anybody is listening and has suggestions for Smash Raps, the only rule is they're Smash Bros characters. Do your thing, leave a comment, give Below some fan engagement. Come on, guys, get it on the board. So that's cool. And then working on the Tapu Royale for Pokemon rap battles as well. That was hinted in at the end of Gengar versus Alakazam, so I'm fine saying that one.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what's on the table for me right now. Slowly working on the mixtape too. I know you said you were working on the album classic mode. Very excited for that, by the way.
thank you. Um, yeah, I'm excited for all that stuff. Wow, like, um, uh, and speaking of, let's talk. Like, you know what? Let's talk about Smash for a while. Like, um, when Fire Pass 2 is coming, starting at June, I believe, with the first character being an Arms character, and honestly, I'm all for that. I'm like, I never played Arms, but I think it looks fun. Maybe I'll try it out at some point, but I'm fine with a like an Arms character. I even kind of wanted it. Even when Smash Ultimate was in production, like that, like Arms was like a franchise I kind of like thought was like for sure gonna be like in. Um, but apparently not. Springman was like an assist trophy, and Ribbon Girl was like a me costume. But apparently Arms is finally like getting a rep. So I'm excited for that. Like I'm all down for that, honestly. Other because it's 10 times better than another like swordsman, like everyone says. Um, and honestly, as for like what I want, like nothing really comes to mind nowadays because like most of them are either deconfirmed or like a few of them have been confirmed, like King K. Rule and I forgot what the other one was, but it might have been really. No, it was like the other one was Banjo actually. But yeah, you guys want to like talk about like predictions about that stuff or like whatever.
Did Steve get deconfirmed yet?
I don't know, and like
Because I'm pretty sure Doomslayer got deconfirmed. I really want Minecraft Steve. This is not a joke. I think he would be a good fit. He would have a very interesting moveset. And you wouldn't have to make him just a sword fighter.
mm,
There's a lot that could be done with that character. Mining and crafting.
like
I've
Steve
been
is
playing a lot of Minecraft.
like Steve isn't really like the like big guy like on my list as I'm currently because I'm not really like a Minecraft fan. It's just like not for me. But yeah, I don't know how I would feel about like Steve. I know there's people who want it, but for me, I just like cannot like get into it. Like um, but if I had to think of like anything, if like I currently want I'd say like my best number one pick would be like Crash Bandicoot. That's like my biggest like one at the moment.
Crash would be good. Crash and or Spyro.
Yeah.
Both good picks.
Hmm.
I honestly will be surprised if they can't get Crash in. I mean, Crash is on Nintendo systems now.
He is, yeah. Um, and I'd be totally down for like a PlayStation, uh, Sony rep. And Crash like has been getting a lot of like popularity recently with his like remaster game and his like racing game. Um, and I still haven't beat the remaster trilogy because goddamn that game is hard as balls. Um, uh,
It is hard. It's not even fun hard. It's like, why the fuck
it
did they
makes me
make this
mad.
game this hard?
Like I never played the original Crash Bandicoot game, so I don't even know if it was this hard like back then. But goddamn, it's like rage inducing. Um, but besides that, like yeah, Crash is like still. But despite the rage, like Crash is still
You're
like
still just a rat in a cage. Sorry.
uh yeah. Despite that, like Crash is still like a number one pick.
Oh yeah, Crash has got to be number one. Crash
Mm-hmm.
Crash has got to be number one on the lists for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
You think about like he fits in perfectly with all the other Nintendo characters. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
A character I really want but don't expect to get in. I really want Hat Kid. I don't think Hat Kid's popular enough to get in,
I wouldn't mind Hack
but I
Kid.
think she would be a really good pick. And there's a lot that you could do there with her moveset. So she's got a lot of different abilities.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Hack Kid. Like I haven't played the game, I haven't really seen much of it, but
It's so
from
good.
what
I
I
very highly recommend it.
yeah, from what I saw, it looks like charming enough. Like it's not, you know, pretty big. I feel like the reason it hasn't got as much love as it had back then, I think it came out the same time as Mario Odyssey, from what I remember.
It did.
Uh huh.
I have a I have a whole joke written about that for an upcoming rap battle because I really want to use Hack Kid.
Mm.
But whole
Um.
last joke about Odyssey.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe I'll try it out one day. Whenever I feel like it. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't mind Hack Kid. Yeah, there's not really much I really want, like for like this upcoming like fighter pass and all. Like, if I had to make a top 10 list, I don't think I would even get the five. Like, so far it's like
Yeah.
Crash and that's it.
I want Terra from Final Fantasy, and we're never gonna get her, so I'm gonna complain about.
Hmm.
I'm like we only got
Got a
two
Final Fantasy
songs with
character,
collab.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
Oh, you're talking about a song. Never mind. I'm stupid.
Oh. Um. Honestly, like, I don't know if they're. I don't know if this is gonna be like a thing, but since the remake is out, I feel like Final Fantasy is gonna get like more, you know, like recognition. Like now, like I don't know if Smash is gonna do anything about that. Like if they're gonna do, I don't know, like like a whole spirit board thing with Final Fantasy because they don't. Cloud's like pretty much like the only spirit in the Final Fantasy franchise of like Smash. Um, because
Square Enix is just really stingy.
yeah, that's what I
They're a
like
bunch of
heard.
assholes.
Yeah, Square Enix is pretty touchy on that, but like honestly, Final Fantasy needs like more like stuff and like Smash. Not like fighter. I don't know. Not like fighter wise. Maybe it can have like one other fighter, um, but like when it has like two like songs, I feel like like goddamn, like where's the Sephiroth theme for example? Like that's like a pretty big song track. Like that's
Yeah,
one song I really
give me
like
one
want.
winged angel, you coward.
um, but for the most part, like with Smash Ultimate, or like even back to like Smash 4, I feel like for the most part, but like the reveals have been like pretty satisfying honestly for me, even when I haven't heard about the characters. But there have been some where I have been slightly disappointed, like for example, and we have like I have a reaction with me, Adam,
Oh
Jacob Stolf,
god.
and Cam, and it was with for Byleth, which I'm pretty sure no one really wanted. Even Sakurai said himself, there's too much like sword fighters and too much Fire Emblem, so it's not really like honestly, I don't think it's actually his like choice of like who
It's
gets in or
Nintendo's
not.
choice. I
Yeah,
know they've talked about how Nintendo chooses the fighters, and then Sakurai does what they want.
like I don't know. Bailo was like a huge like disappointment. Like especially for like a final fighter of a past. Like
I'm adamant, so I don't mind Byleth, and I don't mind playing as them. I think the way that they should have done Byleth is they should have made Byleth like fighter number 7,
yeah, that's what
not
like we said
opening
in our
or closing
reaction.
a pack.
Yeah,
Byleth closing the pack was a horrible choice, and I think they would have been much better received if they were just like in the middle.
yeah, that's what we said in our reaction. Like, if like Byleth was like the first fighter of Fighter Pass 2, it would get like a little less slack. Like we would still be like a bit disappointed, but at least it's not like the final fighter.
Everyone
Um,
was worried that this was the last fighter ever, too, so I know that's why people were
yeah,
fucking
so it's a
pissed.
good thing they announced like Fighter Pass 2 way before Byleth was revealed. Um, and like honestly, like for the Fighter Pass, I'd say two characters overall, like 2 out of 5 was like I really cared about. Like the first one was obviously Banjo, and the second one was for Terry because I actually knew who he was. I wasn't really hyped for him, but I was okay with him being in because I like fighting characters and you know and other than that, I have no idea who Joker was. I have no idea who Hero was, and I knew who Byleth was, but I didn't want her in or him in whatever. Um, So I hope this like next fire pass is like more satisfying. And so far it is. I'm fine with like the arms rep. And
I'm fine
hopefully
with Persona, um, although I was annoyed by both. I do think that even though, like, I'd never played a Dragon Quest game, apparently it's like so popular in Japan
mm-hmm.
that I get why it got in.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not like upset about it as much as like, I never plan on playing Hero.
Mm-hmm. Um uh and I feel like another thing, I feel like there's like some moments where they make the DLC characters like overpowered as hell because there was one time where I think it was me, Titanium, Stoph, and Jacob like played one round together. We all picked random, and I got Byleth, and I never played with her before aside from like one time in classic mode, and I was able to win because her like standard like B moves were like when if they're like fully charged, they like do a crazy amount of damage. I'm like Jesus Christ, they need to like balance these like characters out.
They're
Um,
just trying to make people like more gimmicky so that they feel like a good buy, which I appreciate. But then, oh no, they're all overpowered. Like I
uh-huh,
know Joker's OP from what I've
mm-hmm,
heard.
yeah,
I mean, that's what happened with Bayonetta.
yeah. And same thing with like Hero because there's like certain like I feel like it's like really likely for you to get like critical hits on people, which is like kind of like I feel like there's some kind of unfairness to that. Um, and one thing I don't like about Heroes because like when his down B is like randomized every time. Like if it was like if it popped up in like a specific like order like every time, but if it's like randomized, it's like I don't know what to expect. So, I have to like take a minute to like read all of the things and remember which moves do which. So it's kind of hard to like play as hero like sometimes, even though there's like some attacks where you could just like wail on people.
It's I think that they should have like found a way to incorporate like icons for all of the things, because then you have the issue of if you're playing with someone. Like I was hearing issues about tournaments where people would have like um what's the word, like they would speak different languages, and
Mm-hmm.
so it would be hard to set the game language if uh you don't know how to speak English. I don't fucking know what all half of these words are
Mm-hmm.
for his very word important ability.
Uh huh. Um, but yeah, like as of recently, like some of the reveals have been kind of like and even to the point of like really disappointing. At first, to me at least, it wasn't really like that at first. Like back in Smash, like even Smash 4 days, like it's been pretty. The reveals of that were pretty satisfying to me overall, for the most part. Um, and I'd say about 80% for Ultimate's reveals were pretty good as well. Like I did not expect Ridley, so I was really hyped. Like I was really going crazy for that. Um, Even with the like everyone is here like first announcement, like that was really like so I'm pretty sure no one was expecting like when Snake was revealed like for that.
I lost my shit.
Yeah, I recorded my reaction. You could see like in my like reaction compilation on my channel, but when Snake appeared, I jumped out of my seat because I did not expect it at all. Because and same goes for like a lot of the like previous characters that were like cut out in like Brawl and Melee. Um, so yeah, like Smash is like one like I still appreciate Smash as a franchise overall. Um, there are certain there's like some decisions where I question it, but overall it's just like I don't really mind it overall. It's like I'm fine with it. It's like a still fun game to play. Um, and yeah, hopefully this upcoming Family Pass will be more satisfying and maybe even worth the money.
Give me John Fortnite. I want to play John Wick.
God. um,
I mean, other than Smash, what games have you been playing recently? Because I know, like, now that I'm home more, I'm playing a lot more video.
um, well, I played this Final Fantasy VII remake for 3 days because god damn I knew the game was like long, but god damn I didn't expect it to be like that long. And it's not even like there's gonna be a part two. The story's not even like finished yet.
Yeah, there's gonna be like 3 or 4 more.
Like god damn. But yeah, that was fun to play. There were some difficult moments, but I was able to like power through it. Um, uh, Aside from like for other video games, there's not really that much I played. I played Smash a few like a little bit here and there. Um, I've been playing uh, I've been playing GTA Online with Titanium, Righteous, and like uh, a little bit of Seth here and there, as well as like Gang Beasts. That's a really like fun game to play. It's really funny. Um, but there's overall it's like nothing much has been happening like video game wise, honestly. And there's like some that I've wanted to play, but there's like some where I just really don't care for it because like everyone is like playing like Animal Crossing, but for me it's like I don't really hate Animal Crossing. It's just like not like a really, it's like that specific like game is not really like a franchise like the specific like gameplay is like not really like my kind of like it doesn't like fit my taste and all like I can get it's like a calming pass the time kind of game, but
I got it, but it's just like it's so reliant on you continually coming back to play slash waiting for things.
mm-hmm.
So I haven't been playing the past couple days because it was just a lot. It's like not bad or anything, but it's I totally feel like there's only so much to do.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been playing that much video games. How long have we been recording? Oh, it's for like an hour. Okay. Um. Since you guys talked about like what you have like coming up on like Uberocity and all that, um, I guess I won't mind like what I have planned for like my future stuff for me. Um, I won't say what the full matches are because I kind of want to keep it in suspense. Um, so the next battle, which comes in 2 weeks, will be a battle with Sub-Zero and Noob Saibot from Mortal Kombat, and 2 weeks after that will be the mid volume finale, and that matchup involves Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia, um, and I'm really excited for that. It's not done yet. I got Garbage Gothic as like the other opponent, and she said she'll have it done by May 15th, which is like the planned release date I have. But for the second half of Volume One, there's some I'm really excited for, and some of it has been recorded, and one of them is actually fully done actually, and that one actually has like matcha in it. So, and I really like how it turned out. So
I was really proud of my recording for that one.
yeah, I
So
really
I'm
liked
super-
it. Yeah. So I won't say what the full matchups are, but I will say what characters I am using. I will be using. How many will I say? I'm gonna say, yeah, 4 characters. So okay, so I'll be using Spider Gwen from the Marvel Comics, Spider Man comics. Uh, I'll be using Blaziken from Pokemon, which is actually the one Mancha has recorded. Um, the third one will be the the third character I'll say will be Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Despite me not being like a huge Kingdom Hearts like fan, but I did the research and I got it. Like I am planning to release this, and it's halfway done. Um, I got a VA as like the other opponent, and he sounds like really good. I think I shared it on like the private Uber for like with like his like one verse. Um, and the fourth one I want to say will it'll be the last character I will say I will be using will be Tracer from Overwatch, and that's all I can say for now. Uh,
I want to be Tracer.
um, but yeah, that's all I can say. There's like I've reached out to certain VAs and they've got like stuff. Some I'm really excited for, so I hope to get these out by the. I hope to get this whole volume out by like within a year, um, because I haven't. Because back then, with like the first 2 seasons of Gaming All Star Rap Battles, they were each season was like all the battles within the season were done within a year. Um, and then season 3 came along and it just like took like forever to like finish, which kind of led to its like whole completion of like ending completely. So I hope to get back to into it and release like these future battles on like a on like the same formula and on a good like schedule and all that. Um, and I'd say with that being said, I think we can like end this like podcast for now. So uh, yeah, thank you guys for like listening onto like for this like episode of the podcast. Um, Again, stay safe with like the whole pandemic happening and all that. Wash your hands, cover when you cough or whatever. And thanks to Mancha and Adam for joining me for this like episode of the podcast. It was really fun to do. And
Thanks for having us.
yeah, of course. Is there like any final words you guys like want to say?
If you don't watch Uberocity, come watch Uberocity. I
Um,
don't have anything more interesting than that.
um,
Feel free to check us out on Patreon if you'd like as well. Mewtwo versus Lucario. Lucario has already been recorded and it is mixed in and it's ready to go. So you'll get early access to that if you want to go ahead and do this. If Mewtwo versus Lucario video is out by the time this podcast goes out, which I heavily doubt, you can still go ahead and become a patron. Regardless, we got lots of Uber Rap Battles of Fiction updates, Battle Bites tournament coming up as well. So we're still working on it, and we have a lot of other
hypers
stuff.
in the world.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming down. A lot of Megalovania memes as well. So feel free to tune in or subscribe, whatever, if you're into that.
And buy the Uberocity pillow.
Yes.
It's under every video. You can find it. It's right there.
It's the first thing you'll see if you scroll down a little bit.
I might have to actually get the pillow since it's becoming a fucking meme.
Yeah, I need to get
my mom.
I'm actually gonna get one.
Like
I'm gonna
people-
use my Trump check for it. How about that?
Like people will come into my room.
When
and
I
it's
get
like,
my Trump check, I'll buy it with you.
like
Adam.
like people will come into my room. I was like, "What is this pillow?" I was like, "Don't worry about it. It's like you have to like be in the know to know."
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, thanks for joining us on the podcast. Like and new podcast will come out like next month in May. And I think I have something planned for that. Because I feel like the first half of Volume 1 will be complete by then. The last battle for the first half of Volume 1 will be done. Will be out on May 15th. So even though we talked about it a little bit like here, but I think the next podcast will be involving me and a couple of like guest stars from like that I've had for like this first half of Volume 1 join me and talk about the process of like certain of like all the battles and what my process was overall. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Upcoming battle coming on May 1st, April 24th on SoundCloud first actually. And with that being said, I'm Bilo. I'm joined with Mancha and Adam. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on next time. Thanks, guys.